There we go. Let's go back in here. And let me hit present again. All right, so my name is Jen Shepherd. If you don't know me very well, I am a happy wife. I am a happy fur mama of 5. I have 3 dogs and 2 cats, love animals. I'm a registered nurse, currently working casual shifts, but very few, thanks to coaching. I am a student of holistic health. I am a coach with Team Beachbody. And growing up, guys, just to give you guys a little bit of a picture of kind of what I was like if you didn't know me, I was really skinny. Like I was a really thin, tall, long string bean. And it didn't matter what I ate, I would not gain weight. I couldn't physically gain weight. I ate so much food. I specifically remember one time sitting down to the table and eating a full pot of goulash, like macaroni and hamburger meat with tomato sauce, like just the whole pot. I think it might have been made for the whole family. I'm not sure, but I just remember that one time and thinking, I'm like a bottomless pit. My metabolism was super high. My sister, my mom weren't super thin people. They didn't have a metabolism like me. My father did, but my sister and my mom never. And they were always like, you could tell, like pissed off, right? They're like, how does she get to eat anything she wants? So I grew up my whole life really having a distorted relationship with food. I felt like growing up, I could eat anything that I wanted because I wasn't gaining weight. And the reason I bring this up is because I feel like that was kind of a negative thing in my life. Part of me kind of wishes I did gain weight because of it, because then at least I would have been more aware of the actual exterior and the physical appearance of it. I didn't pay attention to how I felt, right? So I don't know if you guys see where I'm coming from, but I could eat McDonald's every single day and not gain weight. But you know that's not good for me. I knew it wasn't good for me, but I did anyway because it didn't show on the exterior shell. And being young, a lot of times we think we're immortal. You know, we think nothing's ever going to happen and you're going to live forever. So anyway, that's kind of how I grew up. Then when I started going to university and stuff like that, guys, the weight started to come on. My metabolism started to slow down. I started to drink alcohol excessively, like partying, different things like that, just random nights, opening beers, studying, so eating a lot of junk food while I was studying. I did a licensed private nurse program, then I did registered nursing. I did a couple years of just general studies at university. So I had a lot of student years, and that came with a lot of alcohol and junk food. So I quickly put a lot of weight on. My energy sucked. My exercise was up here. I used to be very athletic in school and play volleyball and sports, and it just slowly went down and down and down to the point where I was at my max weight. And I just remember, guys, feeling pained. Like, I remember being in my apartment and having friends wanting me to go out with them and do things and stuff like that. And I just felt actually pained. Like I didn't want to go out. I would probably think about it, go try on some clothing, and just feel miserable. Like just miserable to the point where I didn't want to go out. I felt so upset by trying to get ready to go out, and then I was pissed off. My hair wasn't nice. My makeup wasn't going on right. My clothes was uncomfortable. I felt like a cow. I just felt awful about myself. I had no confidence, and it just really sucked. So I got to that point where something had to change. But what did I do? I looked for the quickest, easiest fix possible to get that weight off, guys. I lost 30 pounds in like a month, like super fast, by cutting out all carbs. All carbs. I mean carbs in like anything, like sugar, anything, nothing. Condiments, nothing. Like literally mustard was the only thing I ate on anything. And I lost a ton of weight. Can you guys do that to lose weight? Absolutely. Did I feel good? No, I felt awful. I felt awful. But I felt like I was doing something and seeing changes externally, so I was happy about it kind of in a weird way. Anyways, I eventually stopped doing that. Once I ate 1 grain of rice, I just puffed right up and that went out the window. So again, I was pained again. It was just another battle. I felt worse then than I did at the beginning when I had weight on the first time. Now I felt even worse because I kind of had that taste of what it was like to feel thinner, and then I gained it all back again. I had zero strength. My immune system was crap. I was getting sick all the time. I just felt awful, and I didn't have the energy to want to work out. I just wanted to be skinny, so I just ate a certain way, and that seemed to be working for me, right? So anyway, I gained it all back, felt a lot worse, tried some more things, tried some pills, tried some shake systems, tried some, different fad diet, different things, whatever was trending at the time, guys. Like I tried that, right? Just desperate for something that was going to work, but it had to work in the sense of it needed to be easy. And I remember making a decision that I didn't care how much it cost, like when I found something. And that's a funny thing that I run into now sometimes when I'm trying to help connect people to certain products that I know would be amazing for them. The first objection or hesitation is always a cost, right? Why does it cost this much? Or I can't afford that, right? And I remember when I was struggling for something and needed to find a solution, I didn't care how much it cost, guys. It was damaging to my body. It was awful for me, and I was willing to spend all my hard work money on that. And then I think back to that time and I'm like, why was I so skeptical to start consuming healthy superfoods when then I was pouring out tons of money for stuff that was killing me, making my heart race out of my chest, like doing so much damage to my kidneys and liver and other organs in my body. And it's mind-blowing when you look back at what you did to your body, or at least for me, what I did to my body, how I abused it, and I didn't respect it. I didn't respect it enough to treat it like the way it needed to be treated and start with my mind first and get my mindset right and then start to take steps in the right direction. So that pain was awful, and I would numb that pain with eating more food, takeout, chips, beer, pop, candy. Guys, you name it, I ate it over and over again. I would go to the drive-thru. I would buy not one donut, I would probably buy 4 donuts and then go park somewhere and eat those, drink my hot chocolate. It's like I couldn't get enough until the point where I would feel sick to my stomach because I ate so much. And then not only did I physically feel sick, but then like mentally and emotionally, I felt like I just lost control. And I completely lost control. And it kept on going downward into that spiral of McDonald's at least twice a week, guys. And I'm not exaggerating. I would go drive through and eat a Big Mac meal. And then I would come home to my husband who just cooked a beautiful dinner, and I would lie about it and just like not tell him that I ate that because I felt too guilty. And then I would sit down and actually eat supper too. So that's not, it's not easy for me to talk about that. But I just want people to know that we all have struggles. We all have struggles in life, and they may be similar to mine, they may be completely different. But whatever it is that's holding you back from getting to your goals and being the best version of you that you can be, you need to let that go. Because it is baggage. It is really heavy baggage. And until you're ready to throw that away and move forward and make changes and learn that I deserve a better life, that's when change will happen. But until that happens, nothing will change. I've heard so many reasons why people can't start, and we're going to talk about a few different things, in this webinar. But honestly, I would love to talk with each and every one of you individually on a one-on-one basis, because that's part of what I love about this business the most is getting to know people truly for who they are in a private conversation, getting to know what their struggles are so that we can be there for each other, Like that's the cool thing about this coaching is that we can support one another and be there for each other, know that we both struggle with shit, but we're here and we're going to move forward and we're going to do this. And it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be pretty, but we're going to do it. All right. We're going to get through it. So let's move on to the presentation. So why did I decide to make that change? I kind of just touched on it, guys, but honestly, I just decided that my body deserves to thrive and not just survive. It deserves to not just get through this life in one piece. It deserves to be a well-fueled machine that empowers me and everything around me through my life. And that's what I wanted. Approaching my 30th birthday, it was a big milestone for me that really pushed me to make a change. And I decided that if I keep going the way I'm going, where will I be in 5 years or 10 years from now, guys? Think of that yourself too. I really want you guys to be reflective of this. Take some notes in the note section or your notepad and reflect on them later if you want to. Maybe you're distracted right now, but take some time to really think about, if you stay on the path that you're on right now, and maybe it's a good path, or maybe it's not a good path, where will you be in 5 or 10 years from now? If the answer to that is not where you want to be, that should be the sign that we need to make some changes, right? So there's going to be many things that are going to contribute to poor health, and we're going to have different obstacles and stuff like that, guys, too. Like maybe some of you guys feel sluggish or fatigued. Cravings is a big one. A lot of people have a lot of cravings that they just can't get over. You know, especially that time of the month. That's a brutal time for females to go through menstruation and have PMS and cravings and bloating. It's awful, but having it all the time is not good either. Maybe you don't have time, you feel, to contribute to your healthy eating and meal planning and cooking for more than 1 or 2 people in the house. Maybe you have 3 kids who each eat something totally different, and your husband wants something different, and you want something different, and you're just like, no. You're not even going to entertain the thought of it because you feel overwhelmed and that you have no time. So that could stress you out. Stress at work could be something too, right? Or just stress from the family or stress from life and different things like that, or not affording to eat healthy, right? You just don't have it in the budget. You've seen how much cauliflower costs this week and you're like, hell no, that's not going to feed my family, and I can't afford to purchase all these healthy foods. And do I need to get organic? Do I not need to get organic? What's all the GMO stuff going on right now? Like, it can get really, really overwhelming, and you probably feel defeated before you even start in some senses, which I totally understand. Guys, I felt the same way. I didn't know much about the specifics of like healthy nutrition, other than the fact that I knew that my Big Mac meal, that's hard to say, that addiction was not good, right? So I knew that I needed vegetables pretty much. The thing is, you can't afford not to eat healthy, guys, and take care of your bodies, okay? Yes, I know it's more expensive to eat healthier at times than it is to eat unhealthy food at times. When you're in the mindset of it costs so much, a lot of times what are you comparing it to? You're comparing a processed bag of chips or a frozen lasagna or some kind of bulk meal to the price of individual things, which may go longer or further in the long run if you actually eat it and use the proper ingredients well. You don't need to do recipes that require 15 different ingredients to have something that's delicious, tasty, wholesome, and nutritious. There's many recipes that we share in our support groups that are very minimal ingredients and things that you could keep on hand that are easy to put together and make delicious and tasty. But you need to be open-minded and be willing to try new things, right? And get your whole family on board, and you have to talk to them. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm not saying like, oh, let's just have a chat with each other and everyone's going to eat everything. Hell no. You're going to have a lot of fights along the way, and it is not easy. But you know what? Being uncomfortable and unhealthy is not easy either. When you're in that bad spot, I'm telling you, I'm feeling that pain right now, bringing up all these past emotions. And that pain that I felt was not worth it. It was not worth it. It's so much better now for me to work my ass off every day, right? To do my best. And it's so rewarding knowing that I'm truly making a difference. But you don't see that difference overnight either, right? Not at all. So do a little bit of a health assessment. So this is in your ebook if you guys have it printed. If you don't, it's okay. I can send it to you afterwards if you're watching the recording of this. But I really would like for you guys to take a few minutes just to go down through the questions really quickly and answer them. And I'll talk a little bit about this later on as well for more like one-on-one counseling and coaching and stuff. But this should really help give you guys a picture, and it will certainly help give me a better picture of what it is you're going through, what you struggle with, and different things like that, right? So, yeah. So if it's time for you guys to make a change, if you feel like you're listening to me now and you're like, yeah, hell yeah, I feel that way, or yes, I know that something's not right, or I'm in a downward spiral right now, I'm in a rut, that's why I'm here, that's why I showed up on this live webinar, because I need to make a change, and I know I do, but I have no idea how to get started, then this is perfect for you guys to be watching this, okay? Because a healthy life is just ahead. It truly is one decision that you could make that could change your life forever, and I made that decision, guys. I have freaking goosebumps. I wish you could see. I literally made that decision. I made that decision. Over 2 years ago, I decided to make that change. And I have not looked back. And I've got so many people on board with me to create positivity around us and empower one another to be the best that we can be and not be perfect. Who wants to be perfect? We want to be healthy people, mentally and physically. So we need to have some kind of balance in order to have a mentally enjoyable life, right? We can't get overwhelmed by health and fitness and cause it stress on us, because it's doing the opposite of what we want it to do. So there has to be some balance there. You have to be okay with forgiving yourself if you miss a day or two, and be able to actually pick up and go with that and not let that derail you completely from what you're doing or what you committed to, right? So guys, we have 3 months left of this year. We have this last quarter that you guys can totally transform your lives before this year ends. There's so much time there, and you will see a difference, and you will feel a difference immediately. Will it be your goal? I don't know what your goals are specifically. You may not see that, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but you will feel a huge difference just from making that mental shift. And I have so much mindset and motivation that I love to share. So if you ever want to get on a one-on-one call with me, phone call, just message me on Facebook about anything about motivation, lifting you up, and inspiring you guys. That is my jam. So let me know. I would love to chat with you guys and share some of the great books and podcasts and things that I've been listening to that help keep me in the, I guess, the best mindset that I can be in. And I'm not like super chipper every single day. I do have shitty days too. But for the most part, I decide how my day goes, right? Life throws wrenches in our plans, trust me. But when you get stronger, you learn how to deal with them. That's pretty much it, right? So you want to create a plan. So we're going to move on now to the create a plan page. Now in this section of the ebook, I do have some steps there for you guys. I also have a few lines on the bottom for you guys to write out your plan, but I want you to leave that blank for now. I don't want you to fill that out right now unless you want to make a few jot notes. I mean, it's totally up to you guys what you do with your ebook, but I wanted to leave that there for you guys to kind of reflect on after you're done all this and after you fill out your health assessment and all that kind of stuff and actually listen to the whole webinar. And then I want you to kind of think about, okay, what is going to be my game plan? What do I want to do? All right. I don't have a lot of specifics about the actual plan right now because my goal is to open up to you for you guys to hear my story, get to know me, get to know your options, and then we can discuss something that's going to be right for you because there's so many different options that I could possibly reach every single person with a custom plan, right? So just leave that section blank for now. But some of the things that are really important is having support. And like I said to you already, guys, I'm here for you. Do you have me hired as your coach right now? Probably not. Am I still here for you? Absolutely. I'm still a human being. I'm still here to talk to you guys. If you have any questions about anything or if you want to talk about anything, I am certainly here to chat about anything, and I want you to know that. But if you do decide to work with me as your coach, you're going to be getting that one-on-one coaching. You're going to be getting a part of an online community as well, which is people who have already had transformations, who have already decided to change their lives and have been doing so for months and years too. So we have a lot of people that have been in there for a long time, and then we have a lot of brand new people as well. But everybody brings something new to the table, which is really important because we're all super unique, different people. So you're going to be getting somebody who you connect with, which is really cool. So maybe you have kids and I don't have kids. You're probably going to find somebody in our online community who does that you can relate to, and you guys can probably get to know each other and chat a little bit, you know, like, so what do you do for your kids' lunches? Or how do you get through when your kid's up all night? Like, how did you get up and do your workout today? So it's just so nice to have a wide variety of people in our online community, which really helps you power through those really bad days, right? And support is super, super key. The next component of your plan should be some kind of physical activity or fitness, right? Exercise. Now, this can be something that you prefer to do. Maybe you are a runner. Maybe you love swimming. Maybe you love going to the gym or the fitness center, or maybe you prefer to work out at home. A lot of people who work out at home, the majority of my clients who work out at home, they do so because it's super effective workouts, really short and quick and to the point. Get it done. Leave the sweat on the floor, and then they can shower and get on with their day. Sometimes their kids are running around the floor and they're there, but they can watch them and get it done. So there's no excuses for them, right? They don't have to worry about getting a sitter, getting their bag ready, driving to the gym or the fitness center and those kind of things. So again, having a plan is super key. Personally, for myself, majority of my fitness comes from at-home workouts. I have a workout program. I follow a calendar. I wake up in the morning. I look at the calendar. I see which workout I have to do that day. I go on my phone. I hit play, and I do the workout, and I'm done, right? I can travel with it, so I download my workouts in case the Wi-Fi is not too great, and then I have my workouts downloaded. So I go in the hotel room, or I go to the hotel gym, or I go outside and I set up my little phone and hit play and I do my workout there. So again, it's whatever works for you, but I want you to explore options, right? I want you to talk with me about them. Let's see what's right for you. Maybe you like dancing. Maybe you like kickboxing. Maybe you like cardio. Maybe you like weight training. Maybe you like yoga. There's a million, not a million, that's exaggerating, but there's a bunch of different options for you guys, right? So that's super key, is to get excited about it, right? And it sounds so funny to say that for somebody who's always been into some kind of activity like sports, right? It wasn't so hard to transition, but I'm trying to understand people who hate fitness. They hate walking. They hate everything about any kind of physical activity, but I truly feel like there's something here for everybody, for any beginner, any level, just something for everybody. So I can't wait to talk more about that. The other thing we're going to dive into, as I have listed in our outline, is dense nutrition, okay? And that's super key, guys. This is the key component. So if you are going for a walk, which is totally fine, your nutrition needs to be totally dialed in, okay? Dialed in. I can't say that forcefully enough. If you want to feel healthy, if you want to maintain that energy, you cannot go for a walk, come home, and eat a huge pile of food that has no nutrients in it and expect to feel good. Your energy is going to be crap. Just because you went for that walk, it may help you mentally, because it's really nice to have that time, but it's not going to help you get closer to your goals if your goals are to live at maximum level, at your max capacity and potential, right? So nutrition, super, super key. We'll dive into that a little bit more. And then the last thing that you need to do for your plan is to actually put it into action, because how many times do we buy a new planner, we buy a new notebook, or we start something and we don't finish it, right? Are you guys, any of you guys, those kind of people who like to start things and you hate finishing them? Well, this, your life, is something that you have to finish, okay? You can't just keep living now and never finish it. Like, you have to commit to something. You have to have some kind of a plan that you're going to stick to. Whether your plan is to, wake up every day with no plan, having a plan with no plan, and just winging it and see how you feel. If I feel like going for a walk, I will. If I don't, I won't. If it's raining, I won't bother doing anything. I'll just curl up on the couch and watch Netflix. If it's nice, I might get out for a walk today or go get a coffee or something. Have a plan, right? Live your life with intention and purpose. Every single day is a freaking gift, you guys. And I've lost so many people around me at way too young of an age. And it's a constant reminder. And being in nursing and seeing people fighting for their lives who have, done things sometimes to themselves that they regret, not thinking that it would make them as sick as it did, or people who did nothing wrong and just genetically ended up with something that took their life too soon, and it's devastating. But the point is, we don't know how long we have here. So if we want to be the best us and live the biggest life that we can, we need to make the most of every single day, right? So I really hope that kind of hits you guys and stays with you after this, so that you will feel ready to take action, okay? That's my goal for you guys tonight, is to be fired up to take some action with something, okay? So now what I'm going to do is show you guys a quick video, give my voice a little bit of a break. This video is about 6 or 7 minutes, so if you want to go grab a drink or something like that, you totally can. But yeah, just listen to this because there's some questions when you go to the diving in deep section. This is where your answers come in, all right? So you can go ahead and get set up, get comfy. You don't have time to make any popcorn, I'm afraid, so I'll go ahead and hit play, and we're going to watch a video about superfoods, and this is why I love them so, so much, okay?
Here's a question. If you want to live better and you want to feel better, how healthy is your shake? Okay, what you see here is something of a riddle. These two bags may seem a lot alike, right? They're both pretty big. They both make healthy shakes. This one here, I got at the local health food store for about 50 bucks. It's low cal and it doesn't taste too bad. Whereas this one is called Shakeology, and you can't get this at the regular health food store, and it costs more than $50. In fact, it costs a little over $100. And you want to know what? It is worth every single penny, and it's what I drink. And you want to know why? Shakeology has over 70 of the most cutting-edge natural ingredients from around the world, all in one little scoop. That's right, right here. And that one little scoop. Now, Beachbody created Shakeology, and I know they've got the science, the muscle, and the dedication to deliver something that is unlike anything else on the market. Look, it's got vitamins and minerals, phytonutrients, antioxidants, adaptogens, protein, superfoods. Superfoods? Have you ever really wondered what superfoods are? Well, superfoods are a class of the most super concentrated and nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Shakeology's powerful superfoods are not only potent, but they're grown all across the globe in the richest of soils, like this organic Sasha Inchi field in Peru. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to what our own ingredient hunter has to say, Mr. Darren O'Lean.
Sasha Inchi is an amazing superfood they call Incan Gold. This is all clean, no pesticides of any kind. We decided to put it in Shakeology because it's so nutritious. It's got a perfect array of minerals, calcium, magnesium, and on top of it, it's an extraordinary vegetable protein source. And the beautiful thing is it's got a balance of omega-3, 6, and 9. There's not a lot of oils that have that perfect synergy, and it's so bioavailable and friendly for the human body.
Darren formulated the shake to be the healthiest meal of the day. The results of our customers prove it works. And the opinion of literally hundreds of doctors validated that the best health care is feeding the body well with Shakeology.
One of the things that Shakeology impressed me with was the breadth of the ingredient list. You find incredible herbs that are used for overall health, such as chia. Chia is known as the Mayan super seed. They used to take a handful of it, throw it in their mouths, and go for a day's run. Chia has hydrophilic properties, meaning it will keep you hydrated for long periods of time. Also, it's got soluble and insoluble fiber, key in lowering cholesterol and diabetes. And it's a rich source for the omegas that are the essential oils that your body needs to help absorb vitamin E, vitamin D, vitamin A, and chia has 6 times the amount of calcium as milk.
Another powerhouse superfood featured in Shakeology is maca. Grown in the high Andes Mountains in Peru, this superfood is packed with essential minerals such as iron, iodine, magnesium, zinc, calcium, and potassium, as well as B vitamins and vitamin C.
Here we are in Junín, over 12,000 feet. The only thing that grows here is maca. In ancient Peru, the women would give it to their men before they went off for battle. Endurance, stamina, potency, aphrodisiac, extra energetic. The great thing about it is it's an adaptogen. An adaptogen is an herb or a complex that the human body can use to allow it to handle different sorts of stresses. If you are too depleted, an adaptogen will lift you up. If you're too wired, an adaptogen will calm you down. It brings you back to that kind of equilibrium, that point of balance.
If you're a man and you require more testosterone, it may assist in that. And if you're a woman, it may provide menopausal support, PMS relief.
Maca, pure energy source, grown in nature and delivered in Shakeology.
Astragalus is one of my personal favorites. In Chinese medicine, it's called one of the king herbs simply because it can be used at any time, whether ill or healthy. Astragalus is one of those herbs that's considered an immune system modulator, meaning if your immune system's run low, you're depleted, you can take astragalus and it will boost it up. If you're suffering from things that we would classify these days as autoimmune issues, astragalus will modulate that and bring it back down to that even keel.
One of the world's most powerful adaptogens included in Shakeology is ashwagandha, an Indian herb traditionally used in Ayurvedic medicine. It includes essential minerals such as potassium, copper, zinc, iron, and magnesium. It has remarkable stress-relieving properties and is also used to treat a variety of infectious diseases, tremors, and inflammation, especially arthritis.
Ashwagandha is important for longevity and rejuvenation. They're studying it and they're looking at it at a cellular level. What they found was it turns off some of these really dangerous malignant cells, like breast cancer cells, some brain cancer cells, prostate cancer. Connections between nerve cells grow back more quickly when the cells are treated with this component. It's really, really exciting.
What's also exciting about Shakeology is it's packed full of numerous antioxidant-rich foods such as kemu kemu, acai, grapeseed, pomegranate, and bilberry. These natural antioxidants can help boost the body's disease-fighting ability and even be the key to a long and healthy life.
We know from clinical studies that antioxidants help neutralize free radicals, which prevents or at least decreases our risk for cancers, decreases our risk for heart disease, stroke, hypertension.
And I noticed in Shakeology with the antioxidant potential is very high, which might improve our immune system and allow cellular reproduction and cellular repair to go on unencumbered.
Shakeology's potent formula works to help repair the effects of years of eating highly processed foods with limited nutrition.
How are you going to make up a milkshake that has fresh pomegranate and blueberry and all these nutrients that boost your immune status and help you fight cancer? Well, here's an easy answer. Nutritionally, it's superior to anything that I've seen out on the market right now.
Whether you use Shakeology to ensure your body gets all the nutrients it needs for optimal health, or simply as a meal replacement for weight loss and improved energy, for only $4 a meal, Shakeology takes the guesswork out of nutrition.
$4 a day for Shakeology has got to be worth it. You could spend $4 going to Starbucks and get 2 hours worth of energy, and not necessarily the best way. Or you can drink Shakeology for $4 and have increased energy and power and strength and everything positive, everything beneficial for the same amount of money.
So it's like I always say, if you want to live better and you want to feel better, drink your Shakeology. For more information, go to Shakeology.com or contact your Team Beachbody coach.
All right, guys, so it's so key, and I've read so much up about this as I'm doing my holistic nutrition training. As I'm discovering different ingredients, I'm starting to go to my Shakeology and I'm reading the label. I'm like, is this as good as they say it is? Like, I'm still a skeptic. I'll always be a skeptic. So when I'm trying to make healthier choices, yes, I'm going to go back to certain things that I used to eat or I still eat today and research it more and say, is this research still true today? Or are there new studies coming out that are saying that now this isn't good or whatever it is? Like, it's good to be up on what's important and what's good for your health and make adjustments. Don't be afraid to make changes to your nutrition. But the thing is, you can be well fed and undernourished at the same time, right? So feeling full, feeling satiated doesn't mean that you're being well nourished. A lot of times the food that we're eating isn't even absorbed properly. There's so much protein in things that's not readily absorbable protein, right? So that's something that I know a lot of people really focus on, especially if they're doing any fitness. But a lot of times the protein that's written in that label doesn't actually show you the absorbable protein, what your body will actually be able to use out of that for energy and muscle replacement and different things like that, right? Super key. And the reason why we need something like this now, like so many people say, like, why can't I just eat healthy? Why can't I just eat a clean whole diet? Like, why do I need to buy this shake and drink this too? And I get that all the time. And you know what? I totally get it and research on it. And 58% of people who still ate a whole, rich, nutritious diet were still nutrient deficient. We're not protein deficient, which is why we don't need to have a protein shake. Well, some people may, but if you're eating a normal diet, you're not going to be protein deficient. You're going to be nutrient deficient, which is what the majority of the population are, which is why this comes into play, right? I personally drink mine for a snack, or it could be lunchtime because it's convenient and quick, and I'm usually in the middle of doing something. So I'll have mine for like a lunch or a snack and then have something with it a little later or whatever, just something a little more caloric value to time me over until supper kind of thing. But I know a lot of people love having theirs for breakfast because it's quick, grab and go, and they're not having that drive-through coffee for energy with the muffin or the bagel that's going to weigh them down and slow them down and make them feel worse, right, than this. So again, it's $4 US, but you're looking at around just under $6, probably like $5.30, I think is what it is for Canadian. It's ridiculous. Like, going back to what I said before about cost, right? I'm like, oh, how much is it though? Why is it so expensive? And I'm like, it is so not expensive when you look and see what you're getting. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that people don't see the ingredients. They don't understand what it is they're getting. They don't understand what their body needs, and therefore they don't see the value, and they don't put that price with it, right? But it is a steal of a deal knowing that you're getting something in this day and age when we are overstressed from work. Our bodies are going through so much stress from work. We're not at home with the kids now. Often parents are working full-time jobs, plus they're raising kids. The spouse is often working as well. Plus you have other activities. Maybe you're volunteering and your kids are in sports and you're nonstop, and you hit the bed at the end of the day exhausted, wondering how the hell you're going to do it all over again the next day, right? And it can be really draining, especially doing shift work and different things like that. And having that nutrient, dense nutrient shake to get into your body is super key, right? Our food isn't processed the way that it was back in the day when the soils were rich everywhere, when processing wasn't super chemically laden and done to make, modified crops and different things like that to try to produce more quantity or better products, and all these different things. It's changed a lot, guys, so much, which is why we need to supplement our already healthy diet. And this is not meant for you guys to consume a decent diet or a not really super healthy diet, but have this once a day and it'll balance it out. That's not the point at all. I don't want you guys to think this is like a Band-Aid to put it on. It's meant to supplement a nutritious diet and exercise to feel healthy, okay? Your weight will come off, but it's not a weight loss shake, okay? I want you guys to feel healthy, not to worry about losing 10 pounds, right? Like, that will come. Just if you focus on truly taking care of your bodies and your minds, that will come, okay? So some of us need to shift our focus. Some of us need to throw the weight skills away. It's really, really hard to make that change, but the way the world is going, guys, things are more and more toxic. Our soils are not rich, so we have to take all these nutrients from around the world from rich soils. There's so many chemicals now. People are getting more aware of that. Toxic ingredients, cleaning products that are laden with so much chemicals only for our children to touch the things and eat the food and wipe their hands with alcohol. It's just so much that, what's wrong with water? What's wrong with, fueling our body with nutrients, right, from somewhere else in the world where they still truly have good products, not like the ones that we're manufacturing here and trying to put a stamp of approval on it, right? So the Shakeology goes through a rigorous process. It doesn't go through just a factory inspection to make sure that it's not going to kill us, like some food products do. Will it kill them? No. Okay, let's sell it. Shakeology goes through a medical laboratory to make sure that its integrity is perfect, that we'll get that nutrition delivered right to our door. So we have that, guys. I can't stress enough the importance of understanding what you're putting in your body, right? And there's so many medications that were taken that really, when you think about all the nutrients, guys, I gotta show you because it's just so interesting to me. But with my course that I'm doing, I have this huge prescription for nutritional healing book. So things that people take medications for, and I'm not saying that medications are not good. There's a time and place for certain medications, but these are all nutritional healing techniques, right? Like, there's ways to go about it without having to have a million medications. Well, and I haven't been sick for more than like a day in the past 2.5 years since I started drinking Shakeology. Is it because of that? Probably. There's a big, huge part of that, yes. Will it be the only reason? No, I'm also, cutting out a lot of chemicals in my life and eating a lot of good foods and exercising and getting sleep and different things like that too. So it is a component of it. Is it everything? Well, who knows, right? But anyways, moving on from that, hopefully you guys got to fill out the questions that you had there. If you didn't catch what is a superfood at the beginning of it, it's pretty much a nutrition-rich food considered to be especially beneficial for health and well-being. And guys, you only heard about a handful of them in this video. Like I said, there's over 70 ingredients in this. So, I mean, we'd be here all day to go over all the ingredients, like really it'd be insane. So let's move on to a little bit of mindset before I wrap it up. I'm almost finished. What time is it now? I'm just going to check my phone. Okay, we're doing perfect for timing. So I want to talk a little bit about mindset because that for me is something that's huge. You can have great, dense nutrition, but you can sit that Shakeology bag on your countertop and only consume it every other day or once a week or when you think about it. And that is so not the way that this works. Exercise doesn't work that way either. You cannot do 4 workouts on Sunday and then take the whole week off. That's not how it works. You can't drink your Shakeology and eat super healthy one day and then eat shit the rest of the week. That's not how it works. You have to let it compound. I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go buy this book. I'm not affiliated with it whatsoever. It's an amazing book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I got to hear from him in New Orleans as well. It was amazing to hear him speak on stage at Coach Summit. But he has written this book to help you jumpstart your income, your life, your success. And it is all about that compound effect, okay? You're going to doubt your actions along this journey and you're going to want to give up and you're going to want to, question and be like, should I change something? Should I give this up now? This isn't working. I'm not seeing the results. I was hoping to lose this much weight by now and this hasn't happened, or whatever it could be for you. You're going to get discouraged, right? But it has to compound over time. You're not going to see much of a difference in the first little bit. Maybe you will. I'm not guaranteeing that you won't see results. Maybe you will. But it takes time because you're making a lifestyle change. You're not doing something quick to lose 5-10 pounds by next week. You want to completely change your life, do you not? So you have to trust that process, right? You have to commit to it and trust the process and be accountable to your actions and show up every day. Show up on the days when you don't feel like it. But also, don't quit on the days when you're having the best time, okay? So remember what I said just now. You have to show up on the days when you don't feel like it, but don't quit on the days. Don't think about quitting on a bad day. Just try and quit on a good day. Like if you wake up in the morning, you feel rested, you have an incredible breakfast, the coffee's hot, the kids are not screaming, they're getting along kind of, sort of, they ate a bit of their breakfast, you're having a good day. Are you going to quit that day? No, everything's going great. So of course you won't quit. The next day you wake up, you slept in, your phone fell down on the side of the thing and smashed the screen on it. The kids are fighting. Your coffee spilled all over the counter. Didn't even get to have a sip of it. No food in your belly. Off out the door you go for work. You're going to want to give up that day. So don't quit on those bad days, okay? You have to remember that there's going to be a good day coming up again next, okay? So stay there. Trust the process. Get some support along the way. Having that structured plan is going to be super key, and you have to stay the course, though, okay? Really, really important to trust that process. Pick up that book, guys, and read it. I swear to God, it's like so important. And while, yes, it's kind of based on business, you're going to be able to apply this to your life, definitely, and understand how that compound effect actually works. And you'll be able to apply it in so many different areas of your life. Super key. So how do we put it all together? That's the next section, right? So I have some information in the ebook there for you about how to contact me. Let's keep talking. Complete your plan. I want you guys to complete your health assessment form, all that stuff in the ebook. Really, really important so that I can get a good idea of what you need to change your life, how I can help you, all those different kinds of things. And let's put it all together and get a plan that's right for you, okay? So you want to know how you can get the most out of your dollar and get the most, health out of the nutrition that you're putting in your body and the most out of the time that you're putting in for your workouts. If you're showing up, you want to make sure you're getting a good workout, right? And keep that positive mindset day in and day out and keep motivated, because the motivation needs to come from within you, not from somebody else, right? I can inspire you and motivate you, but it really truly needs to come from in here, right? So how do we do that though? Oh, that's convenient. So we just need to start. You just need to start. So we need to connect. We need to get you started. We need to get you a plan. We need to take action. And we need to turn this around now and nip it in the bud now. Don't wait till after Christmas when you're looking back on this day and remembering a call when I posted about something that reminds you of this webinar and you're like, oh, shit, had I done that then? I wonder how different this would have been now. Maybe this would have changed or this would have changed, right? Let's do it now. There is no need to put it off. So who is ready to commit to making the rest of your life the best of your life? I am super excited. I feel like I'm starting over my journey again for the first time. Like every time I connect with somebody new, it truly does feel like my first time, and I remember how exciting it was and how scary it was, and my biggest fear was committing to something financially and feeling like I was wasting more money, because that's what I did best, was waste money. Be like, oh, let me buy this, meh, not interested. Let me buy this, meh, didn't work for me. I was the queen of that, so that was my biggest fear. And yeah, honestly, well, for myself, I decided to tell a few people about it, and then I got mine for free. So that kind of works too if you want to go that route. But I can't wait to talk with you guys a little bit more about it. So let me get out of this window here. I feel like I went through like a roller coaster of emotions. It's like I started half crying and now I'm like, oh, I feel so enlightened. All right, does anybody have any questions about anything in particular? I'm going to stop the share there and the recording.